South Tower was also finished in 1972. Later, in the 80s, with all the other buildings such as World Trade Centers 4, 5, 6, and 7 were finished up in the late 80s. Also, this black strip here is supposed to represent a road that goes around the building on that side. In 1996, a terrorist bombing actually bombed a underground garage area under the North Tower. Had to be replaced. I don't have the underground garage built since I was built on an island, but anyway, so the events. Also, in the 90s, that doesn't matter. But yeah, that's before the Twin Towers. There were 2 shipwrecks found, and Radio Row. That was just a whole bunch of buildings in the square area. There was a plaza in between. It was something called the Token A something. I can't remember offhand, but this fountain is just supposed to represent the thing itself. Also, there's other various buildings I didn't build. They're just trying to figure out what they look like. I know World Trade Center 4, or 3, I think. 3 was, one of them was a hotel. I believe it was Trade Center 3, but I'm not exactly sure. I think it was this one. I think it was 4, I can't remember. Anyway, this just represents some buildings that were nearby that were damaged. The events, most people know this, but just in case you don't, starts at 8:46:40 in the morning when the North Tower, I think, when the North Tower is hit first near the top. Try to go all the way up. And the glass and the clay, the glass and the clay are kind of supposed to represent the storm. It doesn't look exactly right, but so somewhere around this floor here, where the plane comes and crashes in. A few minutes later, at 9:02, the South Tower is also hit. Another airplane. Right around all through here. And then panic ensues, and everybody around the street starts running away. There's no street, but you get an idea. I didn't build any of these, but there's in Washington, D.C., around, I think it was like 9:30-ish, Pentagon's attacked by another plane. These were all hit by planes. Shortly after that, although this wasn't known for nearly hours on later, another plane was hijacked. We don't know where it was heading. People today assume it was the Capitol or the White House, but it ended up crashing after passengers took back the flight and crashed into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. There's a memorial there today. So finally at my sign here. So finally at 9:59 a.m. the South Tower collapsed. And now this starts damaging around the building, especially the other other ones, including like Oak Town, stuff like that, in the plaza. And not too long later, this tower collapsed at 10:28. The death tolls are off. That's just estimated. What happens is the North Tower collapse actually damages building facades over here, causes fires in World Trade Center 7. Which is actually a red granite, I believe, not a red clay, but also a portion of the Pentagon at the Twin hits collapses by this point, so it takes a while your kids to get back home, come back home, and all that. And then finally, at 5:20, the fire just erupted in the building after the front of the building collapsed, and after North Tower's collapse, finally caused the building to cave in. There were some other buildings damaged in the area as well. Some of them have been demolished, some are still existing, but I can tell you which ones. American Express, Merrill Lynch, Verizon, and the old post office are still open. Millennium and Delivery are still open as well. The Douche Bank, the church, and the Fitterman Hall are no longer existing as they're no longer inhabitable. Otherwise, most of the rest of these buildings were just repaired and exist. And eventually, once Ground Zero was cleared, I forgot I should put it, but the Ground Zero flag was put up by firefighters in a famous image of them showing it. And if I remember correctly, if I remember how the ruins are shown, I think the flag would be somewhere about right here. World Trade Center 3 would be like way up behind them though. Or behind them. Or in front of them though. Later on, within a couple years, the site's cleared and the now famous 9/11 memorial was created. It's represented here by doing the pool of water. The torches are just for lighting purposes, but you can imagine they're stone. The stones around the letters for the people. Some other interesting tidbits. After the bombing in the North Tower's parking garage, the plaza got a small upgrade, and in the plaza had the names of the 6 people killed in the bomb attack during the bombing, and those names were later replaced and put on the 9/11 memorial as well, with the North Tower. Each tower is represented with a waterfall, not just a pool of water. But I didn't feel like making the waterfalls, but the pool represents more good enough, so I thought that'd be okay. Inside, I just made these things empty shells, as I want to put floors in. But occasionally what used to happen is sometimes I put like smoke or something coming out, but it just looked weird, and I just stopped. It's hard to think about anyway. Yeah, these towers aren't exactly twins, but the reason they're not exactly twins is because actually I think the building line hit the building line if I remember correctly. Check with some clay here. Yeah, it was close to the height limit, so decided to stop. They're not exactly the height, but imagine. Each twin tower is 110 stories tall, with both of them designed to have a antenna on them. North Tower only got one. That's what this is. The red and white. That's what that's supposed to represent. This tower never got it, but it could have had it. The Twin Towers had a lobby. It had a lobby area. I didn't really duplicate that due to I didn't make the house wasn't that big. But in fact, there's a photo of it. If I pull that up, give me one moment. The 4 plates that were hijacked were American Airlines Flight 11. This is the one that flew into the North Tower. Flight 175 crashed into the South Tower at 9:03. American Airlines Flight 77 flew into the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. in Arlington County. And then 93 was the one that crashed to a field near Stony Creek near Shanksville, Pennsylvania at 10:03. Now it's interesting. pictures are graphic, so if you're a little bit younger, please be warned. So reference the North Tower is the one with the pole, the antenna, and that one is the South Tower that just got hit with the big fireball coming out. There's a media thing where it'll show where the Pentagon has an image of the plane hitting it. That it's cringy, and a lot of people don't think it's real. I do need to mention, while during the building process, they built something called a slurry wall. It was designed to keep water out from the Hudson. And that was damaged during the bombing and had to be fixed. There's a rescue dog here. Yeah. I guess they found some people, but a lot of people were dead. Here's the World Trade Center site. It's not all of the towers, but this will give you a good idea. So how I have the road set up is go by well, it's a little off, but it doesn't cut at one, but it cuts off over at the end. This is showing 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, the one with the North Tower. 2 is the South Tower. 3 is the one of the business towers. 4 was the hotel. 5 was another business. 6 was another business, and 7 was an office. All the rest were offices. Hotel. The water fountain there is supposed to represent the Austin J. Tobin Plaza. This is the Pentagon one, where its portion of the building just collapsed. Now, here were the damaged buildings. A church, the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox. Yeah, I'll tell you here. The Douchey Bank building was partially demolished. Was partially damaged and demolished. The World Finance Center had some damage. The Fitterman's Hall was damaged. Rescue efforts went on pretty well, actually. Aftermath. There's a remnant of the South Tower. Health effects. A lot of people still have this, so I'm not gonna really talk about it. It's just due to asbestos. Here's the ringleader, Muhammad Atta. Let's pronounce his name correctly. So the towers imploded on themselves when the planes crashed. The word implode means to cave in. So what happens is near the top after all the fires, leaking the beams and all that. The tower just goes in and just collapses, and if you've smushed cakes, or if you know how the smushing grapes for wine work, basically what happened, they squished the grapes or the floors down and caved in. And then there's the newer World Trade Center spots that were being built, site, stuff like that. But the new World Trade Center 1, which is the tallest building in the world right now. And there's some other small towers, but the memorials, there's the Tribute of Light, the Pentagon Memorial at the Pentagon, the Shanksville 93 Memorials Plan, and the 9/11 thing memorial. I don't know why I can't remember what that thing was. down here with the arches is 1. This is 6. And this is 7, I believe. Somewhere around over there. You just can't see it. Yeah, here's an image of the attack. There was a joke with the Twin Towers, actually. They were supposedly the boxes that the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building came in. And here's a image of one of the collapses of the towers, and I think this is the south one, looks like. This is from behind the tower, so... Yeah. I'm also going to find a photo of the 9/11 flag as well. That's what else that's also looked interesting. Also important to see. This is the now famous image of the raising of the flag at Ground Zero with 3 firefighters. This flag has been missing for almost 15 years. It was finally found recently and returned to New York City after it was found in Washington State, of all places. It went a long way in 15 years. This Ground Zero was in New York City, New York. And that's in Washington, D.C. Or not Washington, D.C., in Washington State. Yeah, again, thanks for the PDF. I'm actually going to read about it. But yeah, it's all being compared to the raising the flag at Iwo Jima, World War II for America. Photograph during taking World War II. And with that, that should end that. And I don't really like making these type of videos, especially when they get long like this. That's something I had to show officially.